Have you ever felt completely exhausted because your baby just doesn't sleep at night? It's a common scene. The middle of the night, your eyes are heavy and the baby keeps waking up every hour. Many parents think they'll never have a peaceful night again. But the truth is, there are ways to change that. A baby's sleep is very different from an adult's sleep. Night wakings are normal, especially in the first months, but that doesn't mean you have to live with endless sleepless nights. Very often, small changes in routine and environment can make a huge difference. In today's video, you'll discover the most common mistakes that keep babies from sleeping well and learn simple, effective strategies to help your baby sleep better and longer. And stay tuned. By the end, I'll share a powerful trick that almost no one uses, but it can completely transform your nights. So if you want to finally get some rest and see your baby sleep peacefully, stay with me until the end. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any valuable tips about parenting and baby care. Now let's understand why babies don't sleep well and what's really going on at night. It's normal for babies to wake up several times during the night, especially in the first months of life. This happens because their sleep cycle is different from adults. Babies have more light sleep phases, and frequent wakings are part of their development. There are also several factors that can disturb sleep. Hunger. Young babies still need to feed at night. Discomfort. A dirty diaper. Heat, cold, or uncomfortable clothes can wake the baby. Colic or gas. Very common in the first months and can make sleep harder. Lack of routine. Without consistent schedules, the baby can't organize sleep patterns. Too much stimulation. Loud. Noises, bright lights, or active play before bed make it harder to relax. It's important to remember that night wakings don't always mean something is wrong. They're part of the natural process of sleep development. However, when a baby wakes up too many times, cries a lot, or seems to never rest, it may be linked to habits or simple routine mistakes that can be adjusted. The good news is that with patience and consistency, parents can use strategies to help the baby sleep better, bringing peace and rest to the whole family. One of the biggest mistakes that disrupt a baby's sleep is not having a consistent routine. Adults already know the difference between day and night, but for a baby, this sense is still developing. It's the daily repetition of habits that teaches their body when it's time to sleep. A consistent routine gives the baby a sense of security. When they notice the same sequence of activities every night before bed, they connect these signals with relaxing and falling asleep. This lowers anxiety and makes sleep easier. A simple nighttime ritual can include a warm, relaxing bath, dimming the lights, gentle massage or cuddling, singing a lullaby, or playing calm music, placing the baby in the crib, drowsy but still awake. The key is repetition. When this ritual is done every day, the baby learns to recognize the signals that it's time to sleep. Parents who don't follow a consistent routine usually deal with more night wakings, crying, and bedtime struggles. Creating a routine makes bedtime calmer and more predictable for the whole family. Another very common mistake is overstimulating the baby before bedtime. Many parents believe that lots of play or letting the baby burn energy will make them sleep better, but actually it has the opposite effect. When a baby is exposed to bright lights, noise, screens, or very active play, their body releases hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. These keep the body alert, making it harder to relax and fall asleep. The best approach is to create a calm and predictable environment as bedtime gets closer. Some strategies include slowing down activities in the late afternoon, avoiding screens, TV, phone, tablet, before bed, lowering the lights in the house, speaking in a softer, calmer voice, choosing relaxing activities, like reading or lullabies. These small changes help the baby understand that the day is ending and it's time to rest. 2. Much stimulation may even make the baby fall asleep from exhaustion, but the sleep will be restless and full of wakings. That's why the calmer the bedtime routine, the easier it will be for the baby to sleep longer and more peacefully. Many parents believe in the myth that if a baby naps less during the day, they'll get more tired and sleep better at night. But in reality, it's the opposite. When a baby stays awake too long, their body produces more cortisol, the stress hormone, which makes them cranky and actually makes it harder to fall asleep. On top of that, being overtired leads to lighter, more restless sleep with frequent wakings. Daytime naps are essential for the baby's development. They help consolidate memory, regulate mood, and prepare the body for nighttime sleep. A baby who naps well during the day is much more likely to sleep better at night. The best approach is to watch for sleepy signs like yawning, red eyes, or rubbing the face, and put the baby down before they're overtired. Keeping nap times around the same hours each day also helps set the baby's internal clock. In short, a well-rested baby sleeps better. Skipping naps is not the solution. It's actually one of the main causes of restless, sleepless nights. Music plays a very special role in both sleep and brain development for babies. Studies show that listening to soft classical music like Mozart can help babies relax, reduce anxiety, and fall asleep more easily. Beyond sleep, music stimulates the baby's brain. Research suggests that calm melodies support cognitive development, improving memory, focus, and even creativity later in life. Lullabies, passed down through generations, also have a powerful effect. The gentle voice of parents, even if not perfectly in tune, gives the baby a sense of security, love, and emotional bonding, which are all key for better sleep. To use music as an ally, play soft classical pieces or lullabies before bedtime. Avoid loud or fast rhythms that can overstimulate the baby. Repeat the same sounds or songs each night. This creates a positive association with sleep. In short, when used wisely, music not only helps babies sleep better, but also strengthens their brain development and emotional growth. The environment where the baby sleeps makes a huge difference in sleep quality. Small adjustments can turn restless nights into calmer, more restful ones. Key points to create the perfect sleep environment. Comfortable temperature. Keep the room between 26 degrees C and 24 degrees C, 71 degrees C to 75 degrees C. Avoid both overheating and being too cold. Soft lighting. Dim light helps the baby understand it's bedtime. Avoid bright lights and, if possible, use a small nightlight. White noise. Gentle, continuous sounds like rain, wind, or a white noise. Machine can soothe the baby and block sudden noises. Safe and comfy crib. No loose toys, pillows, or objects that might get in the way. Just a firm mattress and fitted sheet are enough. Aromas and comfort. A light lavender scent, in safe, baby-friendly diffusers and small amounts, can also help with relaxation. When the space is prepared this way, the baby feels calmer and safer, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep longer. One of the biggest challenges for parents is helping the baby learn to fall asleep on their own. Many babies get used to falling asleep only in their parents' arms, while feeding or being rocked. The problem is that when they wake up at night, they want the same conditions to go back to sleep, which means long, tiring nights for the family. The drowsy but awake technique is a simple and effective way to teach babies to fall asleep by themselves. Here's how it works. Wait until the baby is sleepy but still awake. Place them in the crib at that moment so they associate the crib with falling asleep. If the baby fusses a little, stay nearby but avoid picking them up right away. This helps them adjust. Over time, the baby learns to self-soothe and fall asleep on their own. This method requires patience and consistency, but the results are worth it. Babies who learn to fall asleep independently usually sleep longer, stretches at night with fewer wakings. Remember, this isn't about leaving the baby to cry alone. It's about a gradual process that helps them build sleep independence. Feeding is directly connected to a baby's sleep quality. One of the most common reasons for night wakings is hunger, especially in the first months of life, when the baby's stomach is small and needs frequent feeds. As the baby grows, they can go longer stretches without eating at night. However, if they feed poorly during the day or get too distracted while feeding, they'll often wake up more at night to make up for it. Some helpful strategies include offer full feeds during the day, instead of letting the baby snack on small amounts. Keep feeding time calm and distraction-free so the baby focuses on eating. Make the last feed before bedtime, calm and relaxed, helping the baby feel satisfied. If the baby has started solids, make sure meals are balanced and age-appropriate. It's also important to tell the difference between real hunger and wakings out of habit or for comfort. Over time, parents learn to recognize the different cries and respond accordingly. In short, a well-fed baby during the day is much more likely to sleep better at night, bringing more rest for the whole family. Even if a baby has been sleeping well, there are times when sleep suddenly gets worse. This is called a sleep regression and usually happens during big developmental stages, like learning to roll over, crawl, walk, or during growth spurts. During these phases, the baby's brain is working hard, which can make them more restless and disrupt sleep. Plus, new skills often excite babies so much that they want to practice them, even at night. The key during these times is to stay calm and stick to the routine. Some helpful tips include: keep the bedtime ritual, even if it doesn't seem to. Work right away. Offer extra comfort and physical closeness so the baby feels safe. Avoid creating new habits that will be hard to break later, like too much rocking or unnecessary night feeds. Be patient. Sleep regressions are temporary and usually improve on their own in a few weeks. These stages can be tough, but they're a normal and healthy part of development. With consistency and care, sleep usually gets back on track naturally. Now I want to hear from you. Baby sleep is one of the biggest challenges for parents, and every family finds their own way to deal with sleepless nights. What was the biggest sleep difficulty you faced with your baby? Was it falling asleep, frequent wakings, colic, or lack of routine? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might help other families who are going through the same thing feel more confident and find new strategies. And remember, sharing experiences is one of the most valuable ways parents can learn from each other. We've reached the end of our video on how to help your baby sleep better and avoid sleepless nights. We've seen that a baby's sleep can be affected by many factors, from lack of routine to overstimulation, as well as the importance of naps, the right environment, and even the power of Mozart's music and lullabies. The good news is that with small changes in routine and patience, it's possible to transform nights and bring more peace to the whole family. Now I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button and share this video with other families who also need these tips. And don't forget to comment below and tell us about your baby's sleep routine. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only and does not replace your pediatrician's advice. And before you go, here's a special invitation. Watch our video of Lullabies with Mozart, available at the end of this video. It may be the perfect tool to help your baby relax and enjoy a peaceful night's sleep.